loth-cat.
What's up, Headless Horde? Welcome back to another Ahsoka breakdown, episode 3. I'm digging this show. Always gonna be negativity, but I'm loving what they're doing. I enjoyed this episode a lot. I'm not sure how my co-host liked this, and I haven't really talked to him about it. But yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah, it was short. It would have been better, obviously, if they would have continued, because we know what we're going to get next week. We saw it in the trailers. We saw all of the fighting in the woods, so we know what we're getting, right? So it would have been nice to, have like an hour episode. I don't know. We'll see where the series goes. Right, for me right now, there's not too much filler. I mean, the space battle was cool. We really, man, I'll tell you what, we really have not seen space battles in any of this Disney Star Wars on Disney Plus. So it was nice to get it. I have a few thoughts about it overall. I mean, we definitely got some callbacks to A New Hope. Actually, we got several callbacks to A New Hope in this episode. But yeah, so overall, I did enjoy it. We'll put up a poll in a little bit. I know I did a poll on the old community tab, had like 20 some votes, and it seemed like most people did enjoy it, or at least they thought it was on par with the first 2 episodes. So anyways, guys, let me bring on my co-host. What's going on, everybody in the chat? Thanks for being here tonight. Charles, Dino, what's going on? I'm going to bring on my co-host now, or Mr. Ryan Milky. What is up, my friend?
Hello, everybody. How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right, man. So what did you, overall thoughts? What did you think of the episode 3?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I have extensive notes on my phone. I've already scored it, and yeah, great episode. Great episode.
Yeah,
Gave me the feels of George Lucas and prequels and original series and everything. Yeah. And it just looks fantastic. Oh, looks amazing.
It looks phenomenal. I mean, 3 episodes in, we're almost halfway done, which is, crazy. That's what happens when they drop 2 in the first week. But I'm definitely seeing that. I'm trying to figure out why it's called Ahsoka. Why didn't they just go Rebels live action season 5 or something? I mean, I don't know. It's interesting because it literally is Rebels. This isn't really Ahsoka's story. She's part of it. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, what do you think? I mean, we watched Rebels, and
yeah, this episode kind of took me away from that sentiment though, because Hera couldn't go. Hera was denied permission to go with the crew. She wanted to take a fleet, which would have meant Chopper and her, back at the helm, and she wasn't allowed. So it did feel a bit more like it was Ahsoka and Sabine.
True.
I just wish it wasn't all Sabine.
Yeah, so it is funny how they do have a huge focus on that character. I have a couple predictions on that actually. Yeah, it stinks that Chopper was in it for 2 seconds. When I saw he was coming to live action, why are we getting Huang? I get he travels with Ahsoka, but man, oh man, dude, I just feel like it's a big miss right now that Chopper is not more in a bigger role. Chopper is a fantastic droid. I mean, he's right up there for me with R2D2. And it's really odd that he gets 2 little cameos basically is what he's gotten so far.
Yeah, 2 important ones though. He had a pivotal point in tracking the ship, and then he was part of introducing a key character. I hope he's a key character going forward with Jason. So yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
This episode, Hugh Yang kind of got on my nerves. I love Hugh Yang in episode 1 and 2. Episode 3, I was annoyed by him.
Yeah, the wisecracks. I don't know. I'm not sure. Even C-3PO was kind of that kind of character a little bit. It's almost a little too much for me. I mean, even the training sequence at the beginning of the episode, when he, definitely General Grievous vibes there. The way he's, he was holding up the, whatever you want to call him, the hologram of the sabers or whatever it was. But so that was kind of cool. I kind of like that little throwback to Grievous. But yeah, I just like so many wisecracks toward like even Sabine, and I don't know. I agree with you. It was a little bit annoying, and I kind of just wish that we would get Chopper instead of him. I mean, Chopper's just a much better character, even though he doesn't talk, for me at least. But I mean, I do
It
like
leaves it up to
Huang.
imagination as to what he said. It makes you think about when he makes the noises, when Chopper does things. It makes my brain especially think, what did he say there? And I try to
Yeah,
imagine and make up my own narrative for it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's fine. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. It might be I think that's definitely the most annoying part of the episode. And so I agree with you. 100% on that. So yeah, we see the beginning. So we get the little training and all that, and then it kind of bounces back over to where Hera is, and again, and I mentioned this last week. We saw when Ahsoka's ship was flying in, and we saw like the X-wing fighters kind of flying away, and just the grand scale of the ships, and we get that perfect scene again. Just you see all of the Republic ships. I thought it was great. That this is a total callback to like Return of the Jedi and even like Empire to a point. Just that all those ships, and it just makes it feel bigger, and that's what we never ever got in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I agree. Completely agree. Obi-Wan Kenobi felt like it was shot on a very small location, and every scene was just a different angle on one location.
Yeah. Yep.
Whereas this place is huge. Ahsoka world definitely feels big.
Yeah, and then
so some notes from the beginning. I'd Sabine training old style. Did you notice that she was using OG series lightsaber moves instead of like quick flippy stuff from the prequels? It was very Claymore-esque, which I was enjoying.
Yep. And if you go back and watch that Rebels episode when she's training with Kanan, it's similar. I mean, obviously it's animated, so it's going to look a little more flashy, but it's definitely more of those like solid strikes. Like think back of when Luke fights Vader in Return of the Jedi, it gets all like just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's not like the flipping of the hands and bringing it way back behind you. It's and so I did like that. And like I said, that's obviously we got that callback to it. We also got the callback of her line when she puts the helmet on. How am I supposed to fight in this thing, or how am I supposed to see in this thing? I think the line is. So
yeah, I like anger and frustration are quick to give power, but it unbalances you. I really like that line.
Yep. Yeah, it was a great line. And then so we got Hera then, so she kind of is in front of Mon Mothma, so that was cool to see her back in there. And I don't really know who these other generals were. We didn't really get names at the time. Well, I mean, I think she might have mentioned the one, but basically,
Ionos was the Chinese looking guy.
Yeah, the one that was kind of giving her a hard time. And here's one thing I didn't like about this scene, because I liked the scene a lot. I liked Hera. So like so here's the thing, in the cartoon or in the animated series, Hera is never really one to like I don't want to say talk back. It's probably not the right way to say it, but she's not the one to always like try to go above authority, because she is kind of like that authority figure anyways. Now her being a general, I didn't mind that part of it because she was definitely being snarky, but also they were talking about her friend. They're talking about Ezra when they're making these comments. So I really like that part. The part I didn't like is just like it to me, like the New Republic seems stupid. Like it's almost like when Thrawn comes back, like it's like it's the way they're setting this up. It's gonna be like easy for him because he's probably dead. Oh, we're not gonna worry about him. We just killed off Moff Gideon. We're good. Like it's just they look stupid. I mean, do you get any of that kind of vibe, or am I way off here? Because I just felt like they're just making excuses and they don't want to do it.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. So in my notes I have here, Mon Mothma surprised at the mere mention of Thrawn's name. Her face changed so almost fear. You could sense almost fear in her look when Thrawn was mentioned. But yeah, they seem like they have nothing going on at all. And I'm going to maybe predict the dude is privy to the Empire, and he's on the inside.
You cut out a little bit there. What was that last line? Who is?
The guy that was giving Hera a hard time. I think that he is on the inside for the Empire. I think he will turn.
Okay. Well, and Dino says right there. So the one senator is the father of the pilot in the Resistance cartoon. Oh, so that's like the one anime series I didn't watch was Resistance. I didn't really want to get any more to the sequels. So that's interesting. I did not know that. So that's a good point. So yeah, so I mean, I don't know. To me, it's just like they just make them look dumb. I don't know. That's the vibe I was getting, and then we end up seeing later on, down the timeline with Leia, she kind of blows it too because they don't worry about the First Order, and look what happens there. And so I don't know. It's interesting. I think Mon Mothma is the only one who's kind of concerned. So I'm going to be curious to see when we meet with them again. Because remember, at the end of that little scene, she does say, okay, well, why don't you go and let me talk to them? So maybe she's going to say, listen, this is Thrawn. I don't know if she was, I don't think she was ever, was she ever captured by Thrawn in Rebels? I don't know if it was in the ones we watched. I know she was
pinned down on that planet where he was just
on the planet,
her, wasn't he, with bullets and bullets and bullets.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to remember in Rebels if she actually gets caught and captured. I think it's close. I don't think she ever actually gets captured by Thrawn, but she obviously knows who he is. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that conversation. Hopefully they do some type of payoff there. And then we get to meet Jason, which is cool. He's grown up a little bit, and it's funny. So how would you put Jason at in this episode?
12, 13.
Oh, you have him that old? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I dropped my timeline video a couple of days ago, and I kind of had this series, like 12 years after the Battle of Yavin, and I don't know, man, because the way they make it sound, I mean, I guess they don't really ever show us what year he got born, but you figure if when Kanan dies, it's probably a year or two before. I don't know. 14. I don't know if he looks 14 to me, but I mean, I guess it's we're talking about a couple years. I guess it's close because I was trying to figure out like how old he would really be right now, and I kept thinking like 13, 14, like middle school, and he looked a little younger than middle school to me. But Quick says if Sabine is force sensitive, I quit. So I don't know, dude. Like the way they explained all this. And, so we got to think back to George Lucas. And, Ahsoka even says, the living force is through all beings. And we hear, is it Obi-Wan? It's either Obi-Wan or Yoda. I think it was Obi-Wan. Or maybe it's Yoda when Luke's training. Yeah, he's training with the rocks. Like everything. The living force is through everything. It's just a matter of you drawing that potential out to be able to use it. So, I mean, I can't believe she's not going to, I mean, the scene with the cup. I mean, obviously, something's going to pay off later in the series where she's going to save somebody or use the force to do something. I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about that? I don't know. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan.
I believe I didn't want her to move the cup at all because I believe that when she goes into this new world through this portal thing, which we'll probably get to later in the breakdown, but when she gets to this new place, I think that this new place is going to have a different kind of awe and atmosphere, and her powers will be strengthened because of it. So I believe that she'll be stronger in the new world than she will be in the world that we know. So that's where I think it's going.
Yeah, I think that when we get to the next galaxy, which will probably be at the end of this next episode, is what I'm thinking. I think that it's going to be more magic oriented than like the Force. So I agree with you 100%. I think that she is going to be the strongest person in the next galaxy. She might
Yeah.
even save Ezra. I don't know, but and my prediction is I think, and I'm really interested to see how this is going to work. But I think the characters in the show are going to flip roles. I think that Sabine is going to turn to not so much a Sith or a bad guy, but like she's going to be on the other side. I think she's going to get so power hungry because she can't do it in our galaxy. I think she's going to be. I think she's going to be so power hungry on that side. I don't know if she's going to join Thrawn or something like that, but she's going to be like maybe she'll be the one in the middle. Who knows? But I think it's going to be something like that. I mean, what do you think? Do you think? I just think that she's right now. She's not that she's so down on herself, but she definitely knows she can't use the Force. And once she learns these new powers, like, again, I think there's gonna be some type of magic, and maybe the Night Sisters. Who knows how they're gonna pull that in. But I think that Sabine's gonna kind of flip flop and almost become one of the villains, and because I think Balin's gonna flip. I think Balin is gonna probably come back to like the light or whatever. I don't know. Again, there's
I agree with Balin.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can get behind her being bad so much. I just think that she's going to be more powerful with whatever she's learning to do when she gets to the new world.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's gonna like try to fight like Ahsoka. I just don't. But I think there's gonna be a major turn with her character. So I don't know. It's interesting, but I think that's kind of what's gonna happen. So, and then we got the Then we got the what's the other thing? We have we have the space fight, which is cool. What did you? And so did you? I'm sure you've seen online. Did you see that they were comparing his voice, Merrick's voice, to Sam Witwer in the game? I'm sure you watched the videos for that. They were comparing it. I don't know, man. Dude, Merrick is like, I'm still like really enthralled with this dude. I don't know, man. I really want it to be what's her face? I was about to say the Savage Press. Barazafi. But I don't know, man. The more I want it, dude, I want his helmet to come off, and I want it to be Sam Witwer so bad. I'm kind of on board
with Starkiller, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm kind of on board with that now a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, Starkiller. That's the guy that was from the games, right?
Yep, from Force Unleashed. So I think it'd be really interesting.
Yeah, it's got to be him. I think it makes sense.
It does make a lot of sense, and the other thing I'm really interested in too is so would have so Starkiller for you guys who don't know, Sabine. So Balon knew Anakin, right? And then obviously we have Anakin trained Ahsoka. Okay. In the game, and again, this isn't considered canon, so they can switch it. But Starkiller was the apprentice or the Padawan, whatever we want to call it, to Darth Vader. So I really think it's interesting because it would be like the Padawan of Anakin versus the Padawan of Darth Vader. I think that would be super interesting.
Yeah, I agree. That would be cool.
Quick says he thinks it's Sabine's brother. Well, Sabine's brother is still alive, but I don't know about that. Yeah, I talked to Anthony. He can't get into it, and I told him. I said, I'm like, dude, you need to watch Rebels. Like, for me, I can see how people who have never watched Rebels maybe are not into it. I mean, I know it's hard for you, Ryan. I mean, I think it's hard for you because you watch Rebels now, But like, think about if you didn't watch any of that and you kind of go right into these characters and you're like, wait, who are these people? Like, what's happening? Like, I can definitely see how.
I'd be asking who the kid is. Who's the kid? Why is she talking? Where's his father? Who's his father? Why does he want to be a Jedi? I'd have all those questions.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I can appreciate what they're doing, and like I said, I did enjoy this episode. There's a couple small things that still it just a little drawn out, maybe on the training, I guess. But I mean, I actually, I watched it again like about an hour ago, and I really did not. I really didn't mind the training. I saw like some people are like, it's like 7-8 minutes of the episode, but like you have, I mean, that's more training than Ray ever got. I mean, at least that's good, right? I mean, people complain that Ray didn't get training, but like then we have an 7 or 8 minute clip of her training, and then people complain about that too. I don't know. I'm not sure what people want. Like, I mean, if she's gonna be using a lightsaber, then she's got to train. I mean, I don't know. But I don't think she's going to use the Force. I really think it's going to be some type of other magic or whatever this new universe or galaxy is going to have. So I don't know. I'm enjoying it.
Somebody said it in the chat. She was possessed by Quick says she had been possessed by the Night Sisters once. So there you go. There's the connection in the bloodline straight into whatever's in this new world.
Oh, there we go. So. Well, are we just saying that quick? Because that does that happen in the I can't remember. Does it happen in Rebels? Does she get possessed? No, because the Night Sisters aren't even in Rebels. I don't know. Because remember, like the Night Sisters are done in Clone Wars. I don't think the Night Sisters aren't at all in Rebels. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't remember. Joe says it's a good mix of existing and new characters to keep that balance.
Yeah. I mean. It's true. It's true. I mean, yeah. It was in Rebels. Oh, you know what? Is that the episode? Is that the Oh my gosh! It's. I think it's. Wait. No. Now see. Now I gotta look it up because. I was just reading about
possessed Sabine and Kanan.
Oh, the spirits do. See, and that's the problem with not watching every episode. Because I know I was just because I'm thinking of Clone Wars. I know I am. I'm thinking of Clone Wars, and it's the brain. I think it's called Brain Invaders. And I remember Ryan, that was one that we skipped. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure that was in I'm looking right now. I'm pretty sure that was in Clone Wars, if I remember correctly. The Brain Invaders episode, yeah, episode 8 in season 2. Okay, so I'm interested because I want to go back. See, if you guys can figure out what episode that is in Rebels, let me know because I'm gonna go back and watch that one because I know we didn't watch that episode when we did the breakdowns.
Okay.
Again, we had to like pick and choose. I mean, it's just there's so many. Yeah, if you can figure out what the name of
the way we did it. Like Tel Talks is currently going through it right now, and he's struggling because he said there's so much filler, there's so much doing random missions that have nothing to do with storyline, and I'm like, that's why we did the way we did it with the essential episodes.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting because I mean that's like a 1 episode thing, I believe. I mean, maybe it's a 2-part arc, I don't know, but it's interesting. Like if they actually go that route with this, it's interesting because that's like just like I didn't even think it was that important in the breakdowns. That's why I didn't put it in there. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, let us know the name of the episode if you guys can figure it out. So yeah, we got the little space battle, which was most of the rest of the episode. And what did you think about when you saw the Prugro, the Prugal?
Dude, I freaked out. I was like, this is insane. They looked amazing.
Yeah, dude, way bigger than they ever showed them in Rebels too. They're way bigger, like massive.
I think I put in my notes, Purgo, oh my effing god, they look effing epic.
Yeah. Now, did you notice anything about the Purgo compared to Rebels?
They weren't glowing.
They weren't glowing. Do you remember why they weren't glowing? So remember when they first met him,
because
they were at that
charged with
the fuel. Remember the first time we meet them, they were trying to go.
Yeah, they charged them with all the fuel, didn't they?
Yep, at that fuel depot.
They're diving into that stuff to get it.
Yep. So I'm interested because I don't think these were like charged. So I'm interested to see like what's going to happen with them. Are they going to bring them to a fuel depot or something like that, or what? But yeah, you could definitely tell
Well,
are
they not the thing? Are they not going to harness? Are they not going to harness one to go through the ring?
I don't know. Like so, yeah, that hyper. What is the hyper ring? I think they called it or something. It's interesting because I keep thinking it's going to be a ship that they're just going to take, and I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think ahead to like where we are in the sequels, right? I don't know if like there's no real ship that would be like I don't think would fit in there. I don't know. Like I don't know. I really don't know. Chat, what do you guys think? I mean, do you think that? Because I mean, I'll be honest with you, Ryan. When I first saw it, I'm like, okay, so they're going to use one of the whales. But then I'm like, man, that whale looks way bigger than that little ring. Like, look how big those whales.
I thought that too. That's my argument point. The whales are huge. The ring doesn't look.
Yeah, it almost like think back to like
different perspectives.
It's hard
flying in towards it. It's pretty small, but when they go underneath it, when they get destroyed, it looks huge.
Yeah.
When they're floating in space, it looks huge. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. So season 3, he said Molly is not
311. My sister's death in here.
So are you telling me we had to watch that episode?
Probably.
How are we forgetting this episode? Now I want to look it up really quick.
Because I never thought that Sabine would be a huge character in Ahsoka. I didn't pay attention to Sabine. I paid attention to Ahsoka.
Yeah, no, we did. We definitely skipped it because it was Visions and Voices. It's called the episode. As we're saying, it's episode 11 because we went
maybe
from.
We should go and watch it for a special for the Patreon.
Yeah, we can maybe do that. Yeah, because we did the Holocrons of Fate, we did the Steps in the Shadow, we did the Holocron, and then we basically we skipped down. Yeah, we skipped quite a bit of season 3, and because we came in and we were in we skipped a lot of the mid-season, so we did skip that.
We had to though.
We
had to be on time. That's why we're here today, because we watched it all.
Haunted by visions of Maul, Ezra journeys across the galaxy to participate in a strange ritual, which will serve his connection to the old master. So you guys are telling me that Sabine is in that episode, and she also gets. She's in that episode. Okay. All right. Yeah, maybe we'll do a special breakdown for Patreon. That sounds like a good idea. I like that. And I could probably put it up for channel members too. Actually, I can do both.
Yeah, man.
Cool. All right. Well, so where we leave off? So yeah. Okay. So what do you think? Okay. So what do you think about the Ahsoka outside the space flip and all that? What do you think about that part?
I want to know how she got in her suit so quick, because those things on her neck can't be that easy to get into this helmet. Like, how does she get in so fast? It's weird. It's badass. Yeah. Absolute badass. And epic. Like, don't even get me started on the music in this episode. Certain
music was great.
When Shin Hati arrives, the music kicks in and it's epic. And when she opens that door to go out in this spacesuit, shoot me when I'm in heaven. It was epic, dude. Epic.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, obviously it's a little weird. Like, it's Star Wars, right? So the like Shin and Mara, they're coming through, they're shooting, and she's just blocking like every third bullet. Like, where are the other bullets going? Like, how you're not hitting the ship. It went out. It is what it is. But I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it's more Star Wars than what we've seen. Like, it's just I don't know why some of these directors are so like just afraid to do stuff like this. Like, think about how bad the Leia thing was, and then we get this. And she even like kind of like starts floating away. She's like, "Oh, you fixed the engines? Can you come get me, please?" I mean, she's not just floating.
Yeah, I had continuity issues with that. Why can't she use the force in space, like, to pull herself back to the ship? Why does she need to be hunkered on?
I don't know. That's a good point. I mean, that's what they say Leia did. She used the force to pour
and one of my other continuity issues was how many ships were with Shin Hati, because Sabine kills 3 of them, but there's still 2 of them and they fly off at the end. So it didn't make any sense.
Well, they destroy.
She arrives with 2 behind her, 3 get killed.
Yeah,
because she does 1, and it's just 2 in 1.
Yeah, they kind of show pilots that get killed. Yeah, I get it. But there could always be one above them. Who knows? It is what it is. I'm not that crazy about it. Like, how many TIE fighters come?
You know what I'm like for continuity.
You see like 4 TIE fighters, and all of a sudden there's like 30 of them in the movies. So.
Yeah.
All right, so here Dino said when she's floating, her back is sparkling. Gravity aspect of the suit gets hit, I think. Okay. So there you go. I'll have to go back and kind of check that out because now I'm curious. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know. But quick, this goes movie magic.
So, question for you: what's the name of the ship? What's the name of the ship that Ahsoka's flying? This red thing, because it's absolutely epic.
Oh well. Speaking of that, let's go find out. Because look what I got.
I know it's a question on my thing.
So
what is the name of the ship and what are they flying?
Yeah, so these the Ahsoka Tano's T6 Jedi shuttle, and you can pre-order now, and it comes out tomorrow over there on Target. $79.99 comes with Sabine, Ahsoka, Marit, and Huang, and it is. I think it's not a lot of pieces. It's only 599 pieces. I was kind of shocked.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. Yes, you're welcome, Lego, for the free. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. I wish it was more pieces. I wish it was like 1,000, because I felt like $80 for 600 pieces. I thought that's a little pricey. No, I'm trying to think. I got one right here.
No, I think that's actually a realistic price range for me, especially. I think it's quite reachable.
I haven't even built this one yet. So I have the. Okay. Okay. So I have the diorama of Return of the Jedi, right? And this was 100. Yeah. This was 100, and it's 807. Yeah. So I guess it's about right. Actually, now I got one more helmet. Now I'm really good.
Hey, Johnny. How you doing, buddy?
Next time we do Bricks and BS, I got to choose one of these. See, now this one on the other hand.
Thanks for staying up late. I appreciate you.
So this one I have BD1, and he was $100 too. This one's almost 1,100 pieces. So it's interesting. Maybe, and it could be because you do get the 4 figures. It could be why maybe it's a little price bump, but yeah, I'm probably gonna get it because I'm stupid, but that's fine.
I want it
because I think it's pretty cool. And I was trying to find the Ghost because I know the Ghost comes out tomorrow too, and I just couldn't find it. But this is actually the other one that comes out tomorrow. Is you get the E-wing. I think the E-wing is a pretty cool looking ship. It's almost like the X-wing, but they kind of switched it up a little bit. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. And then you also get Shin Hati's Starfighter too, which is very
nice.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Naboo one or whatever.
Anakin Pod Racer.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And then I think you get look, you actually get. See, you don't even get Shin Hati. Wait. You don't even get Shin. You get Shin ship without Shin.
You get Elsbeth and.
Dude, what?
And you get.
And that lightsaber needs to be orange.
No.
Yeah. And you get these guys? Wait, what? You get pilots who just die or what? Like, who are these guys? I don't know, Lego. That might be a little bit of a miss. How are you selling Shin's ship without Shin, or maybe she is in there. Is she in there?
She's in it. Is she not in it?
Okay, so yeah, okay, right there. There it is. So you do get her. You do get her. She's right there. But she's already in the ship. I was gonna say, man, that would be weird. Yeah, so anyways, so those come out tomorrow.
Why is it the bad guys are always seconds behind the heroes every time they jump out of hyperspace? As soon as they jump out of hyperspace, the baddies are behind them. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so those are available tomorrow. And yeah, so legal, you're welcome for that free publicity. Oh, and I'll just mention this really quick. Just because I'm probably gonna pick it up. Just don't tell the wife. She's gonna be mad at me, but
Doesn't she watch these things?
I don't know. So HasLab, this is up on the 6th. We're currently at 12,000. Well, actually, let's refresh it. All right, so it's 12,251. We have 6 days left, and I think you need 14,000. Yeah, you need 14,000. I think for the next tier, which would be where is that? So Ezra was unlocked. Yeah, so Kanan is. I think it'll get there. I don't think it's going to get to 17. I don't think we're going to end up getting Zeb. I mean that seems like a lot. And only 6 days left, but I think we'll get there for Kanan. So and you get him with the long hair and the short hair, which is kind of cool. You get 2 different face sculpts. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, a couple things I'm looking at. But yeah, cool. All right, so let's do this. What'd you say?
The interior of that looked really cool.
Oh, dude! Like I said, the Razor Crest is amazing. You know what's funny is they have the dimensions of the Razor Crest, and they also have the dimensions of that. Dude, Ghost, like I always thought Razor Crest was like a huge ship. They have Ghost being like it's bigger than it. It's kind of crazy. I did not think it would be that much bigger but it is. All right, we're gonna do.
Yeah, mentions that the Jedi archives speak of intergalactic hyperspace lanes between galaxies, which used to follow the migration paths of star whales. He thinks that something was similar mentioned in this episode, and that the Purgle are going to be the answer to getting them to Ezra. I completely agree.
Yeah, I think so. You know, and the only thing I was thinking, Ryan, is that I thought maybe that they would be using the whale, because they know that they're not fueled and they found them or something. But I mean, how long did it take for them to build that ring? So I guess I don't know. You know, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do a quick poll to see where people like this episode. I'm gonna keep
7
it easy.
questions from my first watch.
You have 7 questions?
Yeah, 7 questions that I wrote down after my first watch.
Okay.
Well, 7 statements.
All right. I'm gonna run the poll. You guys can vote when you get a moment. So A, B, C, or D, or F. What'd you guys rate for this one? All right, so shoot, man. Give me your questions. I like questions.
Who is Marok? Number 1. There's a discussion point that I wanted to have. I think we already had that. Starkiller.
Yeah, I mean, so right now, I think I'm at. It's tough because I mean they could definitely be this disguising her voice if it's a girl. I'm gonna go. I think it's 65% Starkiller, and I think I'm at 30. Okay, let's redo it. 60% Starkiller, 25%. I still think it's gonna be Barriss Offee, and I'm at 15% Ezra, which I hope it's not.
It's not. It's no way it's Ezra. If it's Ezra, I riot. I'm done with Disney Star Wars if it's Ezra. It can't be.
Yeah. It would, unless it's a complete. But I don't know. I don't know how it could be at this point. It just doesn't make sense. It really wouldn't make sense. Why would he come back and then try to go back and get him? Like it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I agree. Dono Joe thinks it's a random Inquisitor that's now a mercenary after the Empire fell.
Yeah, I mean, my only thing with that is we already have that in Balin. Like, he's a former Jedi who's left, and now he's basically a mercenary. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, next statement. Outro is very Game of Thrones-esque.
One more time.
The outro, Ahsoka's outro. Outro is very Game of Thrones.
Oh man, it's exactly what it reminds me of. Somebody I saw a video somebody put out that somebody dissected or whatever all the names of them on the map. It's kind of crazy, all the planets. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I went with felt like the prequels, fun, fast, and fucking awesome.
Yep.
Why couldn't Ahsoka just use the Force to pull herself back to the ship? We've already spoke about that.
Yeah.
I love my wide angle shots so much, and when in space, it just gives it that crisp aesthetic. I think that's where I must love them from.
Yeah, I did. Like that one shot when they were going into the.
I showed me the Ahsoka and the Beast in the first episode of Tales of Jedi.
I didn't hear the last part.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. No, I did that wide shot when we see Hera for the first time in this episode. I love that shot. I just love it. It's just that's what we're used to. It's just great. Yeah, Umpty agrees with you about the outro. Yeah, the outro is very Game of Thrones. Yeah. I'm really gonna be curious. Do you think we're going to see the World Between Worlds?
Not till the last episode.
So you think we're going to see it still, huh? I'm still trying to figure out where and why. What will be the point? If they're just going to a new galaxy, it doesn't seem like they're going to be using that to do any of that. I don't know. I mean, unless Ahsoka goes there and that's when we get Anakin. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know how it fits. I just don't know how it fits into the episode.
I've heard episode 5 will kill the internet.
Okay. All right. So right now we have 4 votes in. Two people gave it an A. One person gave it a B. One person gave it a C. I mean, what do you? I mean, let's finish talking about this thing. We're pretty much at the end, anyways. Now, what did you think? Okay, so at the end they land on the planet. I can't remember the name of the planet, but this is obviously the planet where there's going to be some lightsaber battles next week, and they shut up Yuang like right away, right? And then like literally, you see them fly over, and they don't see them. And then this was a little weird. She's like, "You think we're safe now? Turn them back on." Like you literally turn them off for like 30 seconds. I thought that was a little strange. I don't know. Again, being a little nitpicky, maybe.
Very, very strange.
Yeah, this is weird. Can't do a review, dude. We gave you 2 days. Very Come on, Duck. That's why we do this on Thursdays instead of Wednesdays.
I questioned Shin Hati. I was like, how is it that you presume that she's in the forest? Like, she could have gone absolutely anywhere, but you presume that she's in the forest where she is. I know it's TV and that's obviously where they need to think she is, but come on. You wouldn't just think she's in the forest.
Remember, you can use the Force and that kind of stuff. We don't know how strong she is with it.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, it's better than them circling around space for 5 minutes, looking for them. So,
yeah.
Now here's a question.
I believe Balaam will have a chance to kill Ahsoka, and he won't, and that's how they get away.
Thanks, Quick. It's more rambling. It's more rambling than a review. Dude, you know how long it took me to make that slideshow last week? I couldn't spend the time on that again. It's so time consuming. So here's like the last thing I want to talk about for this episode, because I mean it was a good episode, but there's not like a ton here to talk about anyways. I mean, it was a short episode, but if you noticed when they zoom in on Balin at the end of the episode, after he's like, they're in there, let's go find them with their droids or whatever. Do you notice, like, don't you think he has a weird look on his face right there? I think that's why, like what you're saying, like you think he's gonna have a chance to kill Ahsoka, but he won't. I just don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to, because like he kind of
No,
looks
I don't think
down.
he
Like,
does.
yeah. So you think he might switch next week?
No, I don't think he'll
No.
switch next week. I just think he won't take the killing shot. He'll be
Okay.
hesitant in his decision making.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like I know we talked about it a little bit last week, but like I don't know if I don't know how he survives the series at this point. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting. I still think like Shin's gonna end up killing him though, and I still think Shin is his daughter too, which I hope we find out who she is.
But then that's just a Kylo and Thingy rehashed scene.
Well, I don't know. I mean, where do you see? They didn't really explain. They didn't really explain where she came from. Or where I mean, they said that he was in the Jedi Order and then he left, but did they ever actually say where he went? Like I see everyone saying like, oh, he went to the outer regions and he met Thrawn, but like, why was that so easy for him to get there? But these guys have been searching for how many years? you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be 8 episodes, Anthony, I believe.
Yeah, 8 episodes, Anthony. Yeah, we have 5 left. 5 left. She came from the Ring of Power, and that's where the mashup will be.
I'm in.
Beautiful.
And bring
Beautiful.
me the blue wizard. So what do you rank it? What do you rank this week? What do you rank episode 2?
I think last week I said, what did I say, 8 or 8.5? I said one of the two. I would say I gave this one. I would say I pretty much would say it's on par, even though it's probably my favorite out of the 3. Just because it moved the story forward a little bit, not a ton, a little bit, and because I really did not like the first episode. I'm going back to that. There's just so much I didn't like about it. I really did like the second episode, and this episode was better. So it's improved every episode for me. But I would say I'd probably say the first 2 were like an 8, or maybe I would even say like the first episode was like a 7.5. Second episode's an 8, and this would be like an 8.5. I don't think we've hit an A yet in any of it, but I think next week it's going to be good. I really think next week's going to be good. And what do you give it?
I gave it 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10 this week. It was the best episode yet. I felt like it was moving forward. It was new stuff for me. You know, I enjoyed it. Really, really good.
Yeah, and you know, the whole thing with episode 1, it's just that ending with Sabine. Like you knew she wasn't dying, and it's that I didn't like that part at all. It's a rehash of what we've seen how many times already, you know. But yeah, whatever. It is what it is. So let's see the chat. What do you guys? Let's see what the total poll here is. Let me pull back up real quick. All right, so you guys. So yeah, if you want to vote real quick, I saw someone just vote. Let me see here. All right, so you guys. So it's funny because I'm going to pull up the other one too. Let's see.
She says, I've been wondering how far they will go this season in 5 more episodes, but then I reminded of Mando and know that they could probably finish it in 2 more episodes. Lol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 8 votes in. So 4 people think it was an A. Looks like 2 people thought it was a B, 1 at a C, 1 at a D. That's interesting. So if you're the person who put a D, I'm just curious why. What, like, how would you feel about the first 2, or are you just not liking it? Unless it was Anthony. I don't know. Maybe it was Anthony.
It would make sense if it's Anthony. I think he's into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, it's the best Star Wars we've seen since Mando season 2 in my eyes. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I agree, Dan. It's definitely gonna be. I think next episode is gonna be awesome. I really do. I think we're gonna see the big fights. I think we're going to see that transfer or that hyperspace into the next galaxy. hopefully we get like a nice little shot, and they don't just like tease it and just like end it. Like they stop out of space and you see like big eyes or something, something stupid like that. Hopefully you get like a nice big grand shot of like what this galaxy looks like. Maybe is like it not black and like is in different colors, like blues and that kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, hopefully they're creative with this thing. Like, I don't
think
know.
That'll be in episode 5.
Do you think we'll see that more in 5? Mm-mm.
Yeah, and I think that when they're going through the tunnels or whatever it is to get to it, and it feels like we've got the Purgle flying by our side, I think Ahsoka's going to start hearing Anakin talk to her. She's going to get him. She's going to start hearing Anakin as she's going through this time portal thing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I still like where it's going. Yeah. Anthony said he's going to wait till all of them are out.
Well, we appreciate you being here listening to us then, even though you're waiting.
Yep.
The real OG Anthony, you've been here from day one.
Like I said, brother, go look on the Patreon page, man. All the reaction videos for Rebels are there. I mean, I know it's a little bit harder because we're talking over, some of it, but there's a lot of dead spots in our reactions as well because we're trying to listen to what's going on. When you watch them on YouTube, you got to cut them up so much, but there you get the full episode, so it's worth a watch. As long as you don't get annoyed by us.
How could you?
What's up, Kung Fu? After last week's slow-ass start, episode 3 took it to an A for me, and this was Star Wars. Yeah, I agree. I had to pause it to see how much I watched, and it felt like I didn't watch 34 minutes. Yeah, it was a quickie. It was definitely a quick one. We said at the beginning of the stream that, like, it would have been nice to, like, maybe they could have just put these 2 episodes together. Now, did they? Let me go look at this real quick. I know they announced the episode length. I think the rest of them.
6 is an hour. Episode 6 is an hour.
Yeah,
long.
I thought that was like over 50. It was like 50-some minutes. Episode.
But that'll be the backlash of what happens in 5. Exactly. Kung Fu says 4 will sizzle, 5 will explode.
Let's see.
5's going to break the internet.
Episode.
That's why I believe we're going to maybe find Ezra at the end of 5, and 6 will be the hour long reunited.
I'm trying to see, and I could have swore that they posted this. Let's see, episode 4. Okay, so they're saying episode 4 next week will be 42 minutes. It's 38 and a half without the without like
previously
the
on an end credits.
Yeah, so 38. So it's almost 10 minutes longer than this last one. And then episode 5 without credits and all that kind of stuff will be 46 minutes. And then you're saying an hour for episode 6.
Yeah,
so there you go. I mean, episode 5 and 6 together is almost going to be like a full-length movie, which is cool. And then next week will be, like I said, 38. Yeah, I still find it really, really interesting that they don't use the full hour. Like Game of Thrones always use an hour, if not over, or it was 52 minutes. Like I don't know. It is interesting that they have the availability.
It was TV network time, wasn't it? This is streaming services, so it's different. They're not competing for NBC and all those people watching at 7 o'clock on a certain time of night. The people watch whenever they want on the streaming service.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Because I mean, think back to Dexter and all that. Like those episodes were always 50-some minutes. But yeah.
Yep.
Charlie Hopkins Obi-Wan reacts videos. No,
everybody knew Sunday 9 p.m. it was Game of Thrones. If you missed it at 9 p.m., you were going to get spoiled by 9:30. It was just the way it was.
Yeah, same thing with Last of Us, but that makes sense because yes, it's a streaming service now. Max is, but it's still being played live at that 9 o'clock time. I don't know. But Ahsoka, I mean, dude, like Ahsoka's being played at 9 o'clock now. I mean, granted, they made that decision. It kind of like it seemed like last minute. but like 9 o'clock on a Sunday, or I'm sorry, on a Tuesday. I mean, I'm not sure what the big shows are on.
Tuesday.
I don't really watch a whole lot of like regular television anymore. I really don't. Besides maybe like sports or Big Brother. That's
Big
about
Brother.
it. Yeah, Big Brother's on right now. I can hear my wife watching in the room. I'm like, damn it, why she watching without me? This is like today's the eviction. So
Yeah, I don't know how far you are in front.
are you watching it right now?
Dude, I'm not watching it right now, but I am up to date with Big Brother. Yeah.
Oh, you already watched the eviction for today then? Okay. I'm just
No,
I
haven't seen the eviction. I haven't seen the eviction.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna watch it after that. So, yeah, our Ahsoka talk has now turned into Big Brother season 25.
Yeah, just you wait till we do Big Brother breakdowns. Oh my god, I'd be in my element.
Dude, that'd be 3 live streams a week. I do like it's on 3 days a week though. Says I figured they wrote it all in one story and then started separating it. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Yeah.
So are we gonna film a final 2 right now, live on stream if we ever get in a house?
Yeah. This season after the first. Oh, you really? It's pretty good. I mean, I can see how he says that. I thought the first episode. Actually, I thought the first couple episodes were a little bit like, but I don't know. The scary verse and all that kind of stuff. What they're doing is a little strange, I think. But they're trying to mix it up. You can't have the same thing all the time. So I have no problem with it. I'm just waiting for Zingbot. He's my favorite. But I don't know, Ryan. Anything else for the good of the order on this episode? I don't think there's anything else I got.
I don't like Rosaria Dawson as Ahsoka.
You don't like her? So I feel
no emotion from her. She is so monotone. One. It's like she's been hurt by an ex-boyfriend and she doesn't want to talk about it. I don't get it.
So it's funny you say that because I literally just had this conversation with somebody. So in Rebels, so I know this is a long time ago. I mean, we did this stuff back in May when we did Clone Wars. So in Clone Wars, she's definitely more perky and preppy and all that kind of stuff. But think about how she was in Rebels. And remember, she was really only in those first 2 seasons. Like we don't really see her that much in season 3 and season 4. Actually, season 3 we won't see her at all. But she is definitely a little bit. She's not that. She's older. She's 10 to 12 years older. So instead of being 15, she's now 27, 28. Now she's in her 40s. I mean, I can understand that she's a little bit more on the serious side. I mean, she is a grown adult now. She's not like she was in Clone Wars. It's like a young kid, basically. But I know what you're saying. I completely understand what you're saying because I see it too.
Nothing against Rosaria Dawson. She's a fantastic actress, but she's not Ahsoka to me, and it kind of hurt me when I realized it wasn't Ashley Eckstein.
Yeah, it's a little dry. Yeah, I get it. And see, it's funny too.
No color, it's just all green.
And I feel like when she came into Mando, she wasn't like that. And I wonder why they did that to her. Like I'm wondering because like you remember like in Mando when she first met Grogu, she was a little more animated. I thought the fighting was better too. I did not love the fighting in the first couple episodes. Actually, I thought the Sabine fight was better than the Ahsoka fights. I just thought it was a little choppy. I don't know.
My favorite scenes with Rosaria as Ahsoka are probably the stuff where she's with Luke at the temple.
Yeah, that part too.
They're probably my favorite scenes of her.
Yeah. I find it very interesting that Dave decided to make that relationship so odd. The way he ended Rebels, like you would never have thought that. So I find it very interesting. I know there's got to be some type of conflict, but I find it interesting that that's what he decided to do. And I don't know how I feel about
Yeah.
that right now. Even though you can tell they're kind of moving it away from it, because like even in this episode, you saw that Ahsoka like had asked Sabine, she's like, "Let me know where you want me to go, or let me know what you want to do." When she's flying the ship and she's the shooting, she's shooting. So they're communicating, which you can tell that they're trying to move away from that a little bit. But I do find it's a very interesting way to bring those two characters back together as having that big conflict, and we don't really still know what happened. Besides, they kind of both quit on each other almost. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever find out, but yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe, like you said earlier, to tie it into earlier what you said, maybe Sabine turns her back on Ahsoka at the end of this, like Ahsoka did to her twice already. Maybe she does it to Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like you said, she might turn to a different side. That could be the.
Yeah, I really think that something's going to happen. Something's got to happen. That's, it's not going to just be a straightforward mission. Oh, look, we found Ezra, and then like maybe Thrawn comes back, and that's it. Like, there's got to be more. There's got to be more. So I feel like that would be a pretty interesting twist, especially when everyone's talking about, Ezra being the one that flipped or the one that's changed. I think it might be Sabine's character. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So
Cool.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to watch that episode. It's 311 on Rebels. I want to watch that episode now, and we'll definitely do a breakdown. We'll throw that reaction up on Patreon, and I think I can upload to channel members now too. So, but all right, guys. Well, yeah. So, we'll see. We're 5 days away from episode 4. We'll be halfway through. And we'll be back here next Thursday at 9 p.m. breaking it down for you guys. And hope you guys are enjoying it. And this was just a strange episode to break down because there wasn't a ton to really deep dive. At least I didn't think there was. I mean, it was a short episode. We basically had 4 scenes. We had Hera, we had the Sabine training, we had the space flight, and we had when they landed. I mean, that's basically it. One thing I didn't say earlier.
So it made sense.
Yeah. And the one thing I did mention was, which I didn't really love, I mean, but this is just typical Star Wars, is when they're flying toward that ring and you see Morgan in there and she's like, I'll take care of them. And then she freaking misses every shot. Like again, it's typical Star Wars. That's what happens.
Yeah,
but like,
why couldn't it just do this? Why couldn't the ship do this and you would have missed every bullet?
I know.
It's like Rickon, don't run straight.
I don't know. I mean, you see the ship flipping up and down and up, upright, and it's cool. But like you tell me,
zigzag.
I mean, she couldn't even hit it. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. So, all right, guys, we're out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out Patreon. Check out the channel membership. We're gonna be dropping that bonus video. We'll probably drop it this weekend. I think we can get together this weekend or something and knock that out. And anybody in fantasy football drafts, good luck this weekend. Here's my advice: draft Justin Jefferson. All right, guys, we're out of here. For Ryan, I am Headless. We appreciate you guys spending an hour with us tonight talking Ahsoka. We'll see you guys in the next video, and don't forget, keep those heads on. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah.
Peace.